I'll never catch him while I'm this small. Why, curious butterflies.
You mean bread and butterflies?
Oh, yes, of course.
The first fashion trend I'm trying is the midi skirt. So I've seen them being styled on both ends of the spectrum. So either paired with something more elegant, chic, feminine, or juxtaposed with something more masculine like oversized blazers. And the skirt just also happens to be in a pastel color, which smoothly transitions us into our next fashion trend. Drum roll please. Yes, pastels. Wow, who would have guessed? Therefore, I chose this beige net top, which is questionably pastel to be honest, but it's okay, we're just gonna roll with it. And while past me just struggles to do basic makeup, I thought I'd talk about how fashion affects my motivation and confidence. Why am I speaking like this? So fashion is often seen as a very superficial aspect of the human experience, which in many cases is true, but I think why a lot of people, including me, really feel connected to it is because of the way it makes us feel. Yes, the cliche, you look good, you feel good, does contain a little bit of truth. For example, as a person who constantly struggles with being motivated to do literally anything, just putting on a cute outfit in the morning helps me to try to be productive. As Ashley from Best Dressed so eloquently put it, there's just something about being in slightly uncomfortable clothes that makes you want to work harder. Another reason why I feel like many people enjoy fashion is because it helps in expressing your personality. Now, this is especially useful for socially awkward people like me who lose all sense of identity and confidence when speaking to someone new. Wearing an outfit I feel confident in just reminds me that yes, I do in fact have a mildly likable personality and can converse with other human beings. This is also why I just really hate school uniforms, because by wearing something that doesn't feel like me at all, I just lose a lot of my personality, which, as you may guess, is not great for making friends. Once I was done with my makeup, I just put my hair into a bun, popped on some double hoop gold colored earrings, and realized I have no idea whatsoever on how to model earrings. I also put on this hairband which has some dainty little gold flowers. I just think it adds the little extra oomph needed to lift this outfit. For shoes, I chucked on these beige wedges, and to really complete the look, I took this angelic looking faux white leather bag which has some gold detailing to match the earrings and hairband. And there you go lads, the outfit is complete. The next fashion trend I tried was the cardigan. I honestly don't get the hype. I don't get why everyone's suddenly in love with them. I don't have a vendetta against cardigans, I just think they're too boring to be a fashion trend. And they also just happen to look really bad on me, unless I layer it over something else. So that's exactly what I did. To complete the look, I got this brown bag and the same beige wedges from before, and even though I was complaining about not liking cardigans like literally 5 seconds ago, I think I kind of understand now. This outfit turned out to be really cute, okay? So the next fashion trend I'm trying isn't like a particular item or an aesthetic that can be named. It just consists of a lot of brown, orange and red tones. Hopefully you all understand by the reference pictures. I thought this orange striped mock neck with these umber palazzo type pants that are admittedly way too tight for me, but let's ignore that, would fit perfectly in this aesthetic. I then tied my hair into a super high pony because if it's not that high, I just end up looking like an egg. To accessorize, I popped on these gold chunky boys and that same gold hairband from before because it is such a beauty. Though this looked pretty nice, it just felt incomplete. So I added this black camisole with some lace detailings and also these gorgeous black boots to match the black and the camisole. Lastly, I just whipped out this brown bag to match the color palette of this outfit, and there you go. I looked ready to star as a background character for that 70s show. I know the next fashion trend isn't that recent, but I love it from the core of my soul, so I'm still going to go with it. It is every Visco girl's favorite pair of pants. Yes, the plaid pants. Now even though my pants had their own plaid belt, It was a skater boy, so I said see you later boy and got this beautiful thick black belt to satisfy my waist cinching needs instead. I also layered on this black sleeveless top, which kind of looks like a bulletproof vest, and honestly, I am not mad about that. Hopefully the return of this angelic bag will distract you from the fact that I have a literal ink stain on my pants. Regardless of the ink stain, this turned out to be one of my favorite outfits from the video. The next fashion trend I'm trying is the oversized button-up. There's not really much to say about these other than the fact that they usually have big bold patterns and are often layered over items that are a little more feminine and show more skin, like bralettes. Even though I love this Hawaii-esque button-up with its little beaches, it was an impulsive buy, so I didn't really stop to consider the fact that it does not suit me at all. Thus, even when I paired it with my trusty old belt and gold chunky earrings, I looked like I wanted to chop wood for some reason. So I layered the button up over a black mock neck and switched the jeans for a pair of wide-legged trousers. And that, kids, is how you upgrade from looking like you want to chop wood to looking like a dad who's on vacation.
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
Though I really liked how this outfit turned out, it was still extremely unflattering from the side. So I decided to try another oversized button-up outfit. But before we jump into that, I just wanted to do a little extra makeup to add to the grungy aesthetic of the next outfit. So while past me struggles to do basic makeup, yet again, I thought I'd talk about the evolved relationship between gender and fashion. For such a long time, fashion has always been divided into two very binary options, men's fashion and women's fashion. Even when women wearing conventionally masculine items like suits was normalized and accepted, fashion was still very binary and non-inclusive for people of different gender identities and sexualities. However, with the increasing awareness and advancement of rights for the LGBTQ+ community in many countries, there has been a rise in gender-fluid fashion. Hopefully, the days when men wearing things like dresses and skirts is completely normalized and not turned into a punchline for a joke, or when majority of clothing stores have no men's section and women's section, and everyone is just free to wear whatever they want to express themselves without any fear of judgment are near. To accessorize, I put on these 2 necklaces and plenty of rings. And since I was feeling extra edgy that day, I also put on this black beanie that I'm gonna pretend is not way too small for my head. The first element of the outfit is this flat black skirt under which I had worn some pantyhose.
Wow, you can really dance.
I chose this yellow button-up because I thought it would add some relief through color in this predominantly black outfit. Lastly, I just chucked on those same black boots and also this black backpack because I didn't think a handbag or a purse would really fit the aesthetic I was going for. And now I can proudly say that I finally achieved my dream of looking like that emo outcast from every American high school movie.
In case you haven't noticed,
I'm weird.
I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in.
Have you ever seen me without this stupid hat on? That's weird.
I started out the next outfit with this black skater dress that has literal cacti on it. Yes, cacti.
Can you believe?
Yes, I am wearing those same black boots and that gosh darn beautiful black belt yet again because we are all about that reusability, baby. I also wore these funky earrings which I literally have no idea how to describe. The actual trend I'll be trying in this outfit is the oversized denim jacket. Now, I'm not really sure that this is a trend, but I was running out of ideas, okay? So after I whipped out my brown bag, I popped on my way too oversized denim jacket, but honestly, it just made the outfit look really bad. So I wanted to try something else. So instead of another denim jacket, I opted for this corduroy oversized jacket, under which I had worn this white sleeveless lacy top paired with these black high-waisted trousers. For makeup, I did my eyeliner off camera because I literally can't do it while filming for some reason. I also put some mascara and red lipstick, which I then later used as a blush. And I know that's probably not good for my skin, but that's what I did, okay? I then proceeded to use this bronze highlighter as an eyeshadow without even using an eyeshadow brush. Why did I do that? I honestly don't know. It was an impulsive moment, okay? Also, I don't know why, but putting highlighter on my nose just makes me really happy. After doing whatever the heck this is, I tied my hair into a half bun. and obviously accessorized with that same gold hairband, along with the funky earrings that I still don't know how to describe. Lastly, I just chucked on these wedges that perfectly match the neutral tones in this outfit, along with this tiny green bag just to add a pop of color. And wham bam, thank you ma'am, the outfit is complete. Now I know a lot of Instagram girlies wear that jacket off one shoulder, which yes, it does look kind of cute, but it's just so impractical because you're not getting the warmth that you need from the jacket, which is literally the purpose of a jacket. So I just wore it normally, like you're supposed to. Okay, moving on. The next fashion trend I'm going to be trying is the oversized blazer. However, even though oversized blazers do look really swanky, they pose a lot of problems. For starters, they are just way too expensive and also really impractical for people like me who live in areas that are just never cold enough for blazers. But if you still want the silhouette of a blazer, I suggest these cotton or polyester blazers that are way more affordable and are also really thin and breathable, so you don't have to turn into a complete sweaty mess. And bonus point, they also come in really funky prints and patterns. Since the blazer was so bold, I kept the rest of the outfit moderately simple with a black mock neck and these light wash straight jeans, which coincidentally are another fashion trend. Yes, thankfully low-rise skinny jeans are no longer in style, and I sure hope to God they never will be again. I started the next outfit with a black dress again, this time it being a bodycon dress with zippers in unconventional places. Even though it isn't oversized, I thought this grey plaid blazer that I massively struggled to put on would go really well with the dress. To tie in everything together, I used that same old black belt along with this very bougie, bejeweled black bag. Also, the beautiful black boots have made an entrance yet again. I feel like I look like the most extra air hostess ever who serves rich people snacks like caviar donuts, truffle crisps. I don't know, but I love it. The next fashion trend I'm going to be trying is not only limited to fashion, it is part of the wonderful youth subculture that is the e-girl. E-girl fashion is mostly inspired by skater culture, goth, anime, hip-hop and 1990s to 2000s fashion. To transform myself into an e-girl, I wore this flat black skirt and layered a black band tee over this net, lacy, black, full-sleeve shirt. The e-girl is not complete without her signature makeup, which is characterized by excessive amounts of blush, highlighter, and perfectly drawn wing eyeliner. So after tying my hair into two really high ponies and accessorizing with these square jewel earrings, along with plenty of rings, I was ready to put a copious amount of blush on my face. While past me does that, I'm going to speak about the dark side of the fashion industry. Fashion retailers are always on the lookout for the new trends on the runway. They then take these trends and incorporate them into mass manufactured clothing and sell them at really affordable prices. This is the perfect deal for consumers. It is cheap and trendy. However, this convenience comes at a heavy price. It uses cheap labor that is often sourced from sweatshops. The environmental costs of fast fashion are also massive. The industry's water consumption, carbon dioxide emissions, textile waste, and use of toxic chemicals is extremely high. What adds fuel to this fire is that fast fashion garments are often manufactured in developing countries, where regulations around pollution are often less strict. The most easiest way to be sustainable, especially if you don't have any thrift stores or cheap sustainable substitutes in your country, is to reduce your consumption and really be mindful when you're buying clothes by asking yourself if you're really going to be wearing that item often or if it's going to end up rotting in the back of your cupboard till you decide to throw it out. Other negative aspects of the global fashion industry include the prevalence of Eurocentric beauty standards, which propagate white supremacy by classifying Caucasian features as beautiful and ignoring the beauty in Asian and African cultures. Lastly, the fashion industry has set highly unrealistic body standards, which has led to a rise in body dissatisfaction, body dysmorphia, and eating disorders. Okay, rant over, let's move on. Before I stepped into the wonderful portal of e-girls, I needed some shoes. So I put on these long black socks and bam, instant school nightmare flashbacks. Thus, I was ready to live my new lifestyle as an e-girl. Hey guys, it's Editing Sneh. The next part is the outro and it is painfully awkward to watch. But am I going to film another outro? No, I've been working on this video for like over a month And honestly, I am just done. I am done. So this is what you get. And that's all I have for you today, folks. I don't know what to say. What are you supposed to say during outros? XOXO Gossip Girl? I don't know. Subscribe, I guess. You can follow me on my Instagram. It's just neighborhood, but there's not a lot on there. That's it. Hope you all are safe and healthy, and bye.